We use a lubrication 105 or chassis and wheel bearing grease from Napa. You probably have that on the shelf. And just light coating of grease. And a little bit of grease around these corners here. Won't hurt anything. Keeps the scarring from when they get bound up in there being on a hill and such. Other than that, there's nothing else going on there. We're riding on a pad underneath those 4 bolts. There's a pad underneath there. You don't have to service it or anything, but that's what the grease is helping the friction of that pad. To get to the jack cylinder from the top, if you take that lid off, you'll be able to access the jack cylinder. If the cylinder ever needed to be serviced, it does come out the top. You don't have to drop it out the bottom. You just simply remove the pad on the bottom, and we can disconnect our hydraulics and pull it out the top. And then lubricating the aerial. If the ladder extended all the way out, I like to do it out the rear of the truck and get it down low to the ground so you can work as flat-footed as possible without getting up on a step ladder. With it extended out, that'll expose all the moving sections. The bottom of the beams need to be lubricated. And then if we hop up on the turntable, just like this guy, I'll show you the guide. You can flip it up.
That's what he did. He flipped it up.
Let's extend it out. These guides, these angle iron guides right here, they're all going to be open. There won't be any ladder in them or anything like that. And when you lubricate it, you're going to lubricate the bottom cord of all the moving sections, okay? And then the bottom of this angle and the top of the tube. And you'll be able to see pretty easily where we put grease.
Right.
So when the ladder's stowed in this position right now, we're not riding on this pad. This pad's not doing anything. But this pad, this forward pad, we are riding on. And we always ride on the front pads.
What is there? 3 sections?
There are 3 sections on one, yeah. So that's why we lubricate the top of the rail is for these pads here. And as this ladder extends out and it cantilevers over, once gravity turns that point over, that's when this pad starts riding on the bottom of this angle iron. Okay, so it's not necessary to grease this angle iron all the way back here because it's not doing anything.
Right.
Until you get out, about 8 to 10 runs. That's when she's going to start to teeter over, and that's where you want to start applying your grease. And just a thin coating of grease. You don't have to have a whole bunch on there because what it'll do, it'll just ball up here, push it out, and it gets messy. You don't have any grease pins in your sheaves. I don't believe you have any on your travelers. Let me take a look at that. You do have grease pins on the traveling blocks on the extension cylinders. So it's on the cylinder. Not on the cylinder, but there's a block that's attached to the rod that has the sheave cables going around it.
Oh, okay.
You'll see grease zerks there, but no zerks on your other pins.
You can run this off the back end and just one layer down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, full extension, you'll be able to achieve the ground pretty easily. Yeah.
So all the cable shifts don't have fittings on them, except for the engine stuff?
Yeah, on the ones on the traveling block on the cylinder. Your water pipe here, and here's greaser. And this collar down here on the swivel, there is one greaser down there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. And then at the tip, you have another swiveling joint by the platform basket where you enter back there. You also want to grease that there.
That's just chassis grease too.
Yeah, same stuff. Yeah. You can use one grease
you have a
lubricate.
chart in the book of all the lubrication points and stuff too.
Yeah, there's a count out on how many greasers. And actually it tells you where you can start lubricating.